Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the live. How you guys doing today? Y'all let me know on the come in as you guys come in. Today, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. You know, every day is a new day. Every day is a new day. So, today we're going to be talking about protecting partnership, things that we can do, what that means to do that, as well as, just getting a little bit of the research that we always talk about. I actually found some really interesting information about using we conversation in relationships. So I'm excited to talk about that along with just the meaning of protecting your partnership. So super happy to talk about that. If y'all heard my son just jumped down. Where he go? Oh, he leaving. Y'all, he leaving. So y'all might not be able to see him today because he leaving. But yes, I'm super happy to talk about that with you guys today. I'm thinking about a question to ask you guys. Let me see. Hey, how are you? How you doing? I'm about to be messy today. How many times have you broke off? No, is that related to the topic though? I be thinking about these questions last minute, so I be having to like think about it. Um, has your relationship ever been unprotected? Ooh, people might think about something else. Let me think about a question, because I don't have one. I don't have a question to think about. I mean, to ask you guys. How was my weekend? My weekend was okay. It was okay. I did something new for the first time. I've never carved pumpkins, but I carved pumpkins this weekend, so that was exciting. I made a cute little pumpkin. Okay, how was your weekend? Hi, everybody. How y'all doing today? Make sure y'all double tap the live. Double tap. Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing today? Let's see. I'm gonna play some music while we wait, y'all. Um. Okay, I'm putting the Q&A question up, y'all. Y'all ready? So the Q&A question that I decided to do today is, when was your last relationship? When was your last relationship? You could say now. I'm being nosy because I want to see. I want to see. So we being nosy today. We're gonna wait a little bit to see who all comes in here. Make sure y'all double tap the live, y'all, so we can get more people like you in the live. Mark, what you doing? Why you typing so fast? Why you typing so fast, Mark? So, okay, you said 2010. Okay. Okay. So, since we're talking about protecting relationships today, hey, Airly, since we're talking about protecting relationships today, that's why I'm asking this exact question. Because I think that when you can notice what area of your previous relationship was not protected, or maybe y'all, not just it was not protected, or y'all was not on the same page, you know, it's different reasons why a relationship breaks up. But let's just say if a couple breaks up due to some aspect of their relationship not being stable, it was not protected, it was not safe, whatever reason, I want to talk more about that. And I feel like my voice sound a little bit my voice sound a little different today. Y'all let me know if it do. Hey, John. Okay, early. I'm happy for you. How you feel about it, though? How you feel? That's what really matters. But yeah, I feel like my voice sounds a little deeper today. I don't know. Something must have happened over the past couple of days. Hey, Joel. Hey, no name. You change your picture? You miss me so much. I'm glad you're back. You said you glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't too, girl. I was so happy you didn't do that, girl. I'm so happy for you, girl. I don't know, girl. It sounds stressful. Y'all ready to get into it? I've been wanting to get started earlier as of lately, because I'm like, it'd be so long waiting until the 10-minute mark. I'll be ready to start talking. He was still talking to his ex. And that's why you don't go asking for people's numbers as a woman. Going to go ask for a man's number, because you never know what he doing. You know, he may be trying to build something. And if he wants you, he gonna go get you, girl. I'm telling you. You miss your magnesium. Why you don't go get no magnesium, no name? Thank you, Ruger. Why you don't go get any more magnesium, friend? I got mine right here. I got mine right here. What you mean? So y'all ready to get started? Y'all make sure y'all double tap the live, y'all. We in here today. We in here. We getting lit. Make sure y'all double tap. And we're going to start talking about building a foundation in your relationship. What is the foundation that y'all need? My weekend, cornbread. My weekend, I told you already, cornbread. I made I carved pumpkins for the first time. Should I show y'all my pumpkin? Let me see if I have a picture. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Favor. Shout out to South Africa. Will, hey, Will. Thank you, baby. Okay, yeah, let me look for this pumpkin real quick. How do I do this? Is this one? Oh, girl, I hope I have a picture. I have, oh, here it is. Y'all see my pumpkin? Hey, Favor. Hey, Godson, bless. Welcome back. This is my pumpkin, y'all. I made this pumpkin. I carved it myself, y'all. It was my first time doing it. I was so excited. I felt so, like, festive. Girl, I hope you reported them people. So, yeah, y'all. I'm feeling, definitely, I feel very festive. I bought some new cute little pillows, real sparkly, real orange. So I'm feeling in the spirit of Halloween, but like cute, not like over decorated. Hey, GR. Yeah, I got some blessed. I use like a cutout. Like they have like little cutouts. You can put it on the pumpkin, and then it came with a whole kit. It was really cute. Hey, Liam. Okay, y'all ready? We're gonna get started talking. Oh, girl, I love me some sweater weather. Sweater weather, sweater weather, sweater weather. Ooh, difficult question. I definitely... Wait, Early, why you delete that, baby? I wish I could undelete messages. I don't know how to undelete it, though. But I have before. I definitely have before. So. Okay, y'all ready? So we're going to talk about building the foundation in the marriage, how to protect partnership, because the way that you protect your partnership is by paying attention to it in the initial stages of your relationship. A lot of people, they get to the end stages where they don't like each other no more to really try to work things out and figure it out. And it's like, how about we try our best to set it up at the beginning? Do all that we can at the beginning, and then let it ride out like that. Because once you do get to those moments, if you set up the foundation at the beginning, those rocky moments, those up and down moments in your relationship, you'll have an idea of how to handle it. Sweater weather like the song or just the weather? Both of them. Both. Last year? Okay. So we want to build stability and have stability at the root of our relationships. We're not talking about them people who have unhealthy relationships, y'all. We're not talking about them people who have terrible marriages, terrible lives. They're just like, they're depressed. We're not talking about them. Because we here in this chat, you watching this video right now, we are internally happy people most of the time, right? Y'all happy? I'm happy. Very grateful for the life that we have. And we know that life could be better every day, right? So we want to see our relationships, our partnerships with a stable foundation. Not through the idea of having what's happening in the external world, what's happening in the outer economy being a direct effect on how we relate to our partners. Like, we're not going to have our relationship with our family be a direct relationship with our partners. Like, nothing outside of two people, if that's the type of relationship that you have, two monogamous people being together, can shift the stability and the foundation of the relationship, right? Why are you changing your profile picture? Why you say that? So we want to build a strong union built on trust, communication, stability, security, all those things. We want to make sure that we in our partnerships know who we are, where we are in life, where we want to be, and all those things. We want to know the roles, who's good at what, who don't like doing what. Like, these are the type of things we want to talk about before we get into any type of marriage, y'all. You said, I'm happily single but looking. I love that. Hey, Hazal. So let's look into it. So we look into the foundation because we're talking about the foundation of marriage. Foundation, the etymology of foundation is to establish, to make firm. So if you want to have a foundation, it has to be established. It has to be discussed. It has to be put out there. Hey, Mr. Abo, where you been, friend? I'm happy to see you too. Where you been? So a strong foundation is not going to be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, but that means you actually put work in, you put the effort in. It means that it's going to make you feel more secure in your relationship. We want to kind of look at it compared to housing, living in a house. And I always use this example when it comes to confidence and being confident in general. You walk into your home every single day. You have this unspoken confidence about walking into your home if you never hear a creak when you walking in. You know that your floor is not about to fall in because you consistently walk into that home and you have a foundation that doesn't shift, right? So that's the same way that we want to look at our relationships, is that we did so much work. We know for sure that this foundation, this floor that we done put for our relationship is going to keep us up. So every marriage, every relationship, every partnership has some type of structure, whether it's spoken or whether it's unspoken situationships that consist of the emotional needs, the financial needs and resources, spiritual needs and resources. And we want to really make sure that we know, is the foundation that we have in our relationship, is that purposeful? Are we being meaningful, intentional? Did we create that together, or was it accidental? Did we just allow ourselves to come into partnerships with somebody and not have any idea what we really doing together? You was in Japan, Mr. Abode. That sounds fun. Oh my God. What'd you do in Japan? So, the marriage will only rise as high as the foundation allows it to be. And you can only go as far as you trust yourself in a relationship and by yourself. You're not going to go across to Japan if you don't trust yourself, right? If you don't trust Japan, right? So these are things that I want y'all to think about. These are the ways that we build a stable relationship. This is the way that you protect your relationship. Shout out to the UK. I don't like people talking loud outside. Like, why are you talking loud outside? Why can I hear you in my room? You talking loud. Anywho. So here's some of the pillars of marriage. You got trust. Trust. A lot of people forget that portion. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of relationships go downhill. They don't trust them. Y'all seen that relationship that's been trending about the girl in the wedding dress crying on live? Girl, I must have listened to that story and I said, this girl crazy as hell. Because why did you marry this man and you done told me it was about 14 other girls that he was talking to before you even walked down that aisle? Why did you do that? And now you sitting up here crying on TikTok? What? You never trusted him to begin with. Why did you marry this man? When you met him, he was already married. And his wife was like, girl, I don't want him. Make it make sense, you know? So it's like, trust is the number one thing. If your partner is untrustworthy prior to you being in a relationship, more likely it's probably going to last even beyond you getting into a marriage. Like, we got to be so honest. So trust is the emotional flooring for your relationship. You got to stand on trust. As soon as trust is gone, baby, you walking on a thin rope with one foot in a bicycle, a unicycle, baby. Who want to stress out like that? You, I guess. I guess you do, because that's what you're doing. So that trust is built through consistency, honesty, reliability, integrity, accountability, right? These are the type of things that's going to make you trust somebody. If you with somebody who never can admit their wrongs, and especially how their wrongs affects you, how are you going to trust them? They're going to always put themselves first. They're not going to be honest with you, right? If somebody's not consistent, they tell you they're going to do something at 2 o'clock, and then they always doing it at 4 or 5 p.m. And then they expect you to sit up there and be like, well, I did it. Yeah, you did it. Okay, and so these are little things that you got to think about. Like, okay, is this person really reliable? There's a difference between BP time. You guys, wait, there. Okay, hold up. There's a couple of things. Once the trust is gone, it's over with. There is no interest in you. You guys are no better. I don't know what that means. So, you know, you want to build up, you want to be deeply connected emotionally to each other. We again talk a lot about nervous system regulation and keeping your rhythm in tune with your partner, and combining your union, you combining your rhythm, your aura, your energy with your partner, so that y'all can be on the same wavelength together. And if you don't have that, you guys will be out of sync, and we just want to be more in sync. The trust is easy to lose, hard to get back. Exactly. You said you mean like my wife who never wrong, agony, agony. And that's what they say. You know, they say women always be like, I'm never wrong. And I don't know. It depends. I don't know how that works. Because in some ways, I do believe that women more often have reasons to be right. But I don't know. It'd be different types of women. I know the women that I'm around, they mean no harm. So I don't know. Some women mean harm. I don't know. So if someone breaks trust in a relationship, you know, that's not always just infidelity. That doesn't mean that somebody's going outside of their relationship to, that's not always the reason why trust is broken. Sometimes trust is broken because someone emotionally withdrew. And a lot of times emotionally withdrawing from your relationship first well, a lot of times emotionally withdrawing happens before people step out of their relationship. Avoidance is another way that trust is broken. Financial secrecy, and I told y'all about that story about the couple. They've been together for a long time. The husband used the wife's business money and invested it, and then lost all her money. You know that, and he was not honest about it. So that was an example of financial secrecy. And then broken promises. Somebody tell you they're gonna do something, they don't follow through. You are all right person. Okay, thank you, friend. Trust is the essence of every success, whether in marital or commercial relationships. Period. Meaning, okay. Oh, thank you, Jared. You know, we outside. So another thing about it is the second thing that we need. First was trust. Second thing we need is safety. You need emotional safety. You need to feel physically safe, and you need to feel financially safe. So when people feel safe in their relationships, the safety allows vulnerability and then authenticity as well. Safety also, hint, hint, as a man. Life will be better. I'm using so many words to say so many things in one. I'm using so many words to say one thing. If your partner feels safe with you, they will open up. If that makes sense. Y'all get the gist? Y'all get the gist? So being vulnerable or being able to open up. Thank you, friend. You know, I'm trying to get there. Thank you. It's the goal. So couples definitely, they blast off, they thrive, they're better when they have safety as a foundation as well. Especially financial safety. And one of the things that we talked about as well is being honest. Having conversations about finances in your relationships allows the relationship to feel more satisfying. And one of the things that they talked about was that, you know, some partnerships, they do 50-50. Somebody put money in, the other person put money in. And yeah, that allows them to feel more financially stable. But what makes the relationship feel safe financially and allows them to flourish is actually communicating about finances. So that's another thing. I don't know. Really, godson? Y'all gotta tell me, because y'all have primary experiences with it. So that's how majority of y'all feel, or is it like how y'all feel? Y'all feel like y'all can be emotionally vulnerable? Because I feel like you become emotionally vulnerable with your individual partner. I feel like that's the only person that you should do it, when you are in a sacred relationship with your partner. So if you would one individual, that lady, you don't feel emotionally vulnerable, then it's not the relationship for you. That's not the relationship for you. Someone would think you soft. Even if it like just one woman that you with, like the one person that you with, not like people you dating. Really. from our wise decisions. Animals take their decisions based on emotion and contrary to human beings. Yes. Okay. Should you propose to her? I don't know. It does. Do y'all have these foundations in your relationship? Try to build the foundation. See what happens after that. So, and honestly, I feel like from my own personal relationships that I can remember, the ones where I felt the safest were the ones where we had conversations about money and we knew what was happening, maybe even showing bank accounts. You know, we knew who was doing what with money. Like, those are the relationships that I felt the safest in. So I don't know, how have y'all had those type of conversations with your partners about money? And like how much you make, how much comes into the house, where the money will be going to, or what financial goals, what's financial goals, how confident are you with money, what are you doing with your money? Have y'all had those conversations? You be having nightmares about your ex? What type of nightmares? Thank you, mister. What type of nightmares is it? Is it nightmares of like guilt and shame, or does she do something to you? Did she do something to you? Like, what type of nightmares? Like, is it like you scared and like what's going on? I gotta know. Make sure y'all double tap the live, y'all. I hope y'all doing well today. So, another thing, relationship needs communication. Y'all know I love this topic. Relationships need communication. And communication is just information being exchanged about something. I think a lot of people get a little, either they're afraid to communicate or they are ignorant on communication in a way. And so communication is just exchanging information about something. So as long as you're able to get the information exchange, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does really matter. You need to speak it in a tone, in a wording that your partner can understand. Because sometimes we can say the sky is blue and somebody starts seeing purple, and then somebody else is like the sky is blue and somebody else is seeing green. Why does that happen? Who knows? Because sometimes you really do have to paint a picture when you communicate to people in order to secure your relationship. Sometimes it go that far. That's why some conversations have to be said over and over again, because the other person just don't get what's going on. You say go up and go right, and they thinking I'm go up and go left because your left is they right, and now they confused. Communication breakdown occurs very easily and very often because a lot of times people don't have that image set up and that understanding set up. Not Lucifer said, clearing my throat to come in the room. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Welcome back, friend. You said it's my fifth, and for some reason I feel like I'm... Your fifth what? Your fifth what? Like, you mean relationship, right? Or you mean like proposal? I gotta know. She don't want you, so real to literally hurts. Oh, so you heartbroken. So that's the nightmare because you heartbroken. You're trying to get back with her. I mean, if you didn't do nothing too crazy, just level up. She gonna get back with you. Show her. Show her the proof is in the pudding. You gonna give her the name Meiana? Miss Herbo, you scaring me. Y'all know I used to work at a baby store, and I stopped wearing my name tag. Because I said, oh my God, people going to be trying to name their children after me. But okay, Miss Herbo, as long as you send me pictures, I can be like a little aunt. Send me a picture of the baby. You said when I was married, I was a primary breadwinner, but I was in over my head. I was too young. Oh. Did y'all, not Mr. Godson, did y'all have like, oh, can y'all still hear me? I'm sorry, I'm pressing buttons. Did y'all have financial conversations about what was going on with your money? Because that's another thing I need people to understand. Just because as a man you're the breadwinner, this is nothing to do with Godson. I'm just iterating this, going back to building trust. Just because you're the breadwinner does not mean that your partner should not know what's going on financially, right? Especially if you love her as an individual, because most of the time, and we're not preparing for marriage thinking about divorce, right? But I want y'all to know that one of the biggest issues in a marriage is autonomy. Some of the biggest issues come from autonomy. And as a woman, even if she's not working, she needs to have the autonomous decisions to put input in what's going on financially. Even if she's not bringing the money in, she needs to be able to have an input on what's going on with y'all's money, because it's going to the household, right? That's why the man is the head. He's the head. He go out, he get the energy, and then deciphers it, puts the energy throughout the body. I hope y'all got it. I hope y'all get the metaphor. Early said, that's me. My bad. I see purple in the sky. Girl, I cannot. Fifth relationship. Oh, okay. No name, you scared me. I thought you were about to say fifth proposal. I was say, oh my God. You feel like you get most women. Okay, period. I love it. Hey, Lucifer friend. How you doing, baby? Hey, it's a vibe. What's up? What's up? Hey, Rico. Okay, good. Hey, Damien. Welcome back, y'all. Hey, people. I love y'all. What y'all doing? You said both emotional and financial autonomy. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, for sure, no name. They are more complex. And you know why they're more complex? Because we not building a foundation, and there's a lot more it's a lot more things going on. We have social media. We got on demand bitches. You know, we got the people online posting, shaking their ass. We got the man online just in everybody's DM. You know, so you really have to protect your relationship from the get-go and understand this is what we're doing, this is what we're not doing. Because look what's going on outside. And if we let the rain get in our boat, we sinking. We sinking. It can be too quick. You said we did not have financial communication at all, and I was also getting bad advice from my support system. We're going to talk about that too, godson. The hierarchy of support systems and who to go to first in a partnership. So I'm glad you said that. You said I would make the money, pay for everything, and give her an allowance. Yeah. Interesting. I know, right, Jerry? I love it. Hey, y'all. I'm glad to see everybody today. I love to see familiar faces. Am I married? I'm not married, not yet. Real YouTube live chat, period, Jared. Heard I was under the weather. Yes, I was. I was a little sick. I felt a lot better, though. It's not man provided and the woman cooks and clean anymore. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's real outside for sure. Hey, Manafi. Hey, JJ. Hey, friend. So that's actually the next thing that we're going to talk about right after we talk about the foundation, what the foundation is made up of. So, hold up, where we at? So communication, that's where we stopped at. When you plan to get a ring on? I can't make the plan. Somebody else got to make the plan. So, again, communication should be utmost priority in your relationship because it's the exchange of information. And if you're not exchanging information with your partner, then you guys will be at a standstill, right? Things that do not have information exchanged to it dies out. If you're not communicating with your partner, you're dying out. I'm going to say this again. Things that do not have information being exchanged to it dies out. Think about a BlueBerry, the phone, Nokia. Think about Blockbusters. I know some of y'all of age to know what I'm talking about. No more communication. It's not communicating with us no more. So, again, one more time. Communication is just the exchange of information about whatever. And you have to be able to decode it. People communicate in code. You have to be able to decode what the person is saying and to be able to decipher what it means. Okay? It sounds so so advanced, but it's really everyday life. We do it every day. So stability is not conflict free. Just because you're stable does not mean you're not going to experience issues. Just because you make $20,000 every single month does not mean some financial woe will not occur. How you deal with the financial woe is how you experience it and how you'll get through it. That's what matters. What you know about Lucifer? I know you know about blockbusters. I know you know about blockbusters. Don't play. So I've been to a couple of blockbusters in my old days before 21 when they went out of business. You had your first official day today. Congratulations to you. I'm excited. It was blue. You guys saying you're hilarious. That's what I meant, Blackberry. Thank you. That's what I meant. Thank you. Okay, so understanding, and this is one of the things that I talked to my grandma. My grandparents have been married since before I was born, and they've managed interfamilial. So they both came into the relationship with children, right? They both were divorced. Both came into the relationship with children, multiple, right? And also dealing with external people, right? So external drama from previous relationships. So one of the things, and I only say that to let y'all know, they still together. They just came back from Atlanta. I'm like, okay, look at y'all traveling. I love it. So one of the things I asked my grandma to give me some information about, what should I know? And she told me not apologize. She said forgiveness is one of the biggest things that people need to know in partnerships is forgiveness, because nobody's perfect. People will mess up. People won't be on cue, on point. So again, just because you and your partner have set up your protection for your relationship does not mean that there won't be any conflicts or that people will not fail. So you need to have the ability to apologize, to clarify, especially if you didn't mean something, if it comes off in a certain way, be able to say, you know what, I know that was offensive. That's not the way I wanted to say it. Here's what I really mean about it. So clarify and be able to return to the balance that y'all already have in your relationship, because that's what determines longevity. How long does it take you to get back to that safe place that you and your partner have built with each other? That's what you was doing, Lucifer, at Blockbusters. Good night, Mr. Abode. John used to get games too. Okay, I love that. So the stability of a marriage isn't a measure by how rarely you fight, but it's just more about how quickly you repair. Going into the repair moment is more important than how often you're fighting. So one of the last things that you need to know about how to protect your relationship, your partnership, and what the foundation consists of, because we already discussed trust, safety, especially safety related to emotional, physical, and financial safety. And we talked about communication and repair, which we'll have a whole live about conflict and resolution in relationships, as well as communication in a different live. But the last one is shared vision and values. Because life individually is about us giving meaning to the things around us, when you're in a relationship, you have to create meaning in your relationship as well, because two becomes one. So you're no longer just creating meaning of life by yourself. You're now creating meaning of life with somebody else. So y'all have to be intentional about the visions that you have as a partner, the values that you are managing, maintaining, and prioritizing as a partner. So couples without aligned values experience more chronic instability. That's saying your partner does not value family. Actually, they grew up in a small family. They wasn't around a lot of people. You grew up in a big family. You always lived with family members. Family members always lived with you. Now y'all come together, and your partner want people to be living with them, with y'all. And you like, I don't even like people in my house. Now y'all have a whole issue because y'all's values are not aligned. And now let somebody not be able to communicate well. Now the other partner thinks that you have something wrong. You feel something wrong with them and not with the situation at hand. Now y'all attacking each other and not attacking the situation, which is, what are our shared values? So Shared visions anchor the relationship through life transactions or transitions. So again, we talk about anchor, especially if you watch the leisure video in relationships and partnerships and marriages, leisure and family feud, leisure and relationship video. We talk about the importance of anchoring through leisurely activities, but also again having the shared vision of what do we want for ourselves? What does our future look like? Where are we moving to? It doesn't just anchor y'all, it gives y'all direction, because again, just because you are in a partnership does not mean life is perfect. Sometimes you're going to have those rainy days where the trees is banging on your window. The trees is banging on your window. It's dark outside. The sun break. You hear glass break somewhere. Oh my God. And it's like, well, what is our vision? What do we want for ourselves now that this is happening? Where are we moving towards? What are we doing? Right? And it also even helps y'all make decisions when y'all can't get on the same page. Y'all know what we know as a partner, this is what our main values is. So just because we don't agree, this is what makes the most sense for our relationship. So again, rituals, that's those leisurely activities, traditions, and shared goals create a family rhythm. We talk so much about getting in rhythm with each other, getting your nervous systems aligned as a partner, breathing together, right? Them damn wrenches, for real. So one of the things that I got really interested in is the idea of, I'm not the idea, but the Gottman institution of marriage. I never heard of it. I saw it on TikTok, so I said, let me do a little research on it for this conversation. But if you guys are married or have any intentions on getting married, I would suggest y'all to look it up for yourselves, because it's a whole institution created by, it seems like a couple. I didn't do deep research, but the little things that I did find out, it seems like a couple, one with a psychology background and another one who did long-term studies on partnerships and relationships. So they got together and created this institution, and they said that they can predict 97% accuracy of relationships that are stable. So I thought that was a very interesting thing, and I'll definitely do more research about it as we continue our conversations on the matter. But they definitely have a lot of different topics like emotional bank account, building love maps, and you know, the things that are detrimental to a relationship. So one of the things that they talk about with communication and repair is turning towards each other. So that's like one of the things that they talk about instead of away. So when you are communicating, which again, nonverbal communication is really big. You want to be direct with each other and face towards each other when you can. And I coming to Antigua on vacation, never thought about it. Another thing that they talked about is a 5-to-1 ratio. So they did their own studies, and they talked about how relationships who have happy couples maintain a 5-to-1 ratio of positive to negative interactions. So especially during conflict, the high volumes of positive deposits, which means they're looking at each other, turning towards each other, they have affection, humor, or respect in those disagreements, is what allows the withdrawal of the negative interactions, such as, you know, y'all being in conflict together, to be repaired without destabilizing the whole union. So basically what I'm trying to say with me saying is that 5 times compared to 1 times. Y'all getting into it, and 5 times y'all looked at each other's eyes, y'all held each other's hand, y'all made something funny, y'all showed respect, y'all stayed quiet while the other was talking. Those 5 situations that you was able to maintain can support you in overcoming this one conflict, okay? So little things, and we'll get more into it. We will definitely will get more into it when we have our conversation about communication in totality in partnerships and marriage. So here's one that I'm super excited about to talk about, is the hierarchy of support in marriages. Cora was here. Cora, you talking about Cora from you talking about Cora from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Y'all know I love Avatar: The Last Airbender so much. You 60 years old from America, like everyday strong. Okay, Mustafa. I don't know no other Cora. Ethiopia, she's from Ethiopia. Oh, interesting. The other core that I do know is from the other core I do know is from Tyler Perry. That's the other core I know, but I don't think it's with a K. It's with a C. She's a next strong YouTuber. Okay, exactly, John. Core from Medea. There you go. More dancing. Oh, she be dancing. Okay. What I know about Ang and them, man, you know what made me so upset is that they have like a little symphony that they were doing, and I didn't end up going, but I'm just so upset that I missed out on it. But they had like a little symphony. They was going to be playing all the Avatar: The Last Airbender music, and I'm not somebody who particularly enjoys like going to go listen to symphonies. It has to be on topic. Like the one time that I went to go listen to like a symphony type music, they was playing R&B music, so I got to listen to a certain type of music. So I was really upset that I didn't get to go because it looked like it was going to be so fun. Okay, Jared. So let's get into the next. We're going to slide into the next one. So we're going to talk about the hierarchy of support. Because, okay, Rico, that's why you're real. That's why you're real. So, again, not only do you need a foundation in regards to your partnership with your partner, you need to know, well, when we cannot manage, who do we go to? Because even as an individual, you cannot manage it by yourself. You cannot do everything by yourself. You need support. You need somebody outside of you to help you. And so even as a couple, you're not going to be able to do it all by yourself. And also, we're going to have a whole conversation about marriage and community as well, because it's just as important to know who your community is in your marriage, in your partnerships. That's what's going to keep y'all stable and strong. You go to your grandparents? Okay. So many couples fail not from having the problems, but from mismanaging where they seek support. A healthy support hierarchy keeps the marriage sacred, private, and protected. We don't want your partner going onto TikTok and trending because she's talking about how you don't clean and pick your socks up. And now everybody on TikTok is telling her to leave her relationship because she's a slave to her relationship because she don't pick her socks up. Because you don't pick your socks up. Right? It could have been handled differently. It could have. Right? Maybe you could have picked your socks up. Who knows? Who do we run to exactly? Who can I run to? Yes, who do you run to? So a healthy support hierarchy keeps the marriage sacred. Oh, I already said that part. So the order is couple first. You get into it with your girl. You get into it with your man. You don't go and call somebody else and say, oh my God, I hate them. I'm so tired of being here. You go and tell them that. That's how it works. Oh my God, I'm getting so fucking tired of you. Why are you in my face? That may not be supportive language. I don't know. Put your business on Main Street, definitely no good. Exactly. Once anything goes to the internet, it's a wrap. It's definitely a wrap. So you definitely work with your partner first. I don't know what type of stuff you want to say to your partner. It's up to how y'all communicate with each other, because you guys will understand what it means to each other. But hold up. The first person you turn to is your partner. So you need to focus on communication, meditation, prayer, or even taking time away, right? If you know that I actually need to process what's going on, let me actually take a little bit of time by myself to think about it, and we can come back together. That's how you handle it first. If it's one of those things where even after you've done that and you communicated, the next people you go to is professional help. You need to go to someone who actually does the work to manage couples and make sure that they're prospering and thriving. So professional help could look different for each relationship. That could look like a therapist, a counselor, like somebody else said, a pastor, depending on your religion, someone who is over your community, you know. So that's what professional help could look like. Where was we at? Professional help definitely gives you like an external mirror to what's going on, and it's oftentimes unbiased. You do want to be careful with the professional help that you do go to. You want to make sure that they're unbiased, and it's not like they're just going to protect the wife because she's a woman, or protect the man and put his values before the relationship's values because he's a man, or because of whatever's going on. You want to make sure that the people that you go to have the goal of maintaining marriages so that they prosper, and that the individual within the marriage prospers as well. So that's something I want to say for both professional help, and even if you go to your family to discuss it or to get an extra opinion, that's what's going to make sure that you know you're going to the right person. Does this person value marriage? Does this person value partnerships? Does this person actually know how to manage a partnership? You know, I'm not saying you got to always go to somebody who is in a partnership, because, you know, there may be therapists out there who are not married, but they do the work to support relationships. You have to make those decisions on your own as a couple. So, again, one of the things that I found was couples therapy focusing on shared accountability and emotional attunement coming together improve satisfaction rates by 70 to 75% across long-term studies. So across a long time, people go to a therapist, and the therapy focuses on, remember, we got to be goal oriented. We got to know, what are we doing? Why are we coming here? The therapy focuses on accountability and getting emotionally attuned, right? That's what's going to help y'all feel more satisfied. Everyone goes to their friends or family first, let's be honest. And that's the problem. If you want to keep a strong foundation, keep it together as much as possible. Don't allow it to expand if it's not necessary. Keep it as much together as a partner. Manage it as partnerships. If you can't do it together, professional help. Outside of the professional help, you want to go to a trusted family and friends, right? And I will say, most of the time, I feel like personally, professional help should be as much support as it could be. And when you get to family and friends, the anger or frustration should not be as much. It should not be all consuming, right? It should be more like just having a conversation, right? It shouldn't be like, I'm going to take this person's I'm going to take exactly what they tell me and change what I do in my relationship, right? So understand, social networks studies show that when couples confide primarily in family or friends who support the relationship, rather than just the individual, it reinforces the relationship being united. So you got to make sure that when you are going to talk to somebody, you talking to your best friend, you talking to your main guy, your guy is not just like, well, you're not happy, you need to leave, right? Your friend is talking about, well, what is best for your partnership as a whole? Is this what's best for your foundation that you're building, your lineage, your long-term plans? And that's also how you'll know, I feel like personally, is how you'll know how much somebody wants the best for you. Is if they know that that relationship is the best for you, and they promote you in maintaining a healthy partnership. So understand that when you are confiding in people who don't support that relationship, it decreases trust, number one, because your partner is going to be like, okay, how can I trust you? You keep telling all our business to these people who don't care for me nor you. Your mama don't like me, and your mama actually wanted you to go marry somebody else, but you keep telling your mama about how our relationship drama. Now I can't trust you, right? So you going outside the people who don't want the benefit, or they don't want your relationship to thrive. So that's decreasing relationship satisfaction, being satisfied with your partner in general, and just the stability of your relationship. Another thing, if you really just need some more support, go to your community. You are in an organized religion. You are in some type of community that you and your partner are in together. Typically, it is an organized religion. It's faith-based. It's you going to church, because those type of communities are going to be buffer and support you in decreasing the stress. It's going to promote the moral frameworks that you guys work on, if you guys have the same religion or spiritual beliefs, whatever, right? Whoever that you go to who's giving you this information, they're going to support you in decreasing that stress overall. And couples active in communal life often report greater commitment and resilience during hardship. So that means that you feel more responsible because you're in a community of people who acknowledge your relationship, right? So you're going to be have more duty and responsibility towards your relationship, because you're typically going to be in a community where y'all share some type of values. So what y'all talking about? Exactly, Rico. Sometimes your friends and family can see red flags that we ignore or rationalize. They definitely can. So it definitely that's why it's still on the list. You want to make sure you go to somebody you trust, though, because I've definitely had to tell like people who I love that they were wrong, and I'll be having to tell them like, I'm not on this other person's side. I really don't care. Like, I care about your happiness, your relationship as it is, right? I'm not saying I don't care about the other person, but I'm not prioritizing that individual over the person who I'm just talking to directly. Hey Byron, welcome back, friend. Welcome back. So you want to make sure that when you have this hierarchy of support, you're not overexposing the boundaries that you have in your relationship. So oversharing marital conflict on social media or with multiple people outside of your relationship increases the stress that is occurring in your relationship. It increases defensiveness and it increases mistrust in your relationship. So really be careful when you are trying to manage, maintain, build upon your foundation of your relationship. Make sure you're not just telling everybody your business. Like, not everybody needs to know that you and your man fought last night and y'all had an argument. Not everybody needs to know, because guess what happens more times than most? Y'all get back together and you're happy 2 days later. And what happens? Because now you done sat up here and told everybody how you can't stand your man, and now your friends can't stand your man, but you're back in love. Same with as a man. Same with the man. You sitting up here telling your partners how, oh my God, I'm so tired of her. She just keep yapping. Now they trying to take you outside. And now every time they try to take you outside because you be sitting up here complaining about your woman, but you're going to stay with her, they trying to get you to be with somebody else. Who knows? Be careful what you overshare with other people outside of your relationship, because it's not as important as just saying it to them, or saying it to a therapist, or saying it to your grandparents who may want the best for you. Who knows? Everybody's grandparents is different. We intervened and made her cut up. Wait, hold up. Gotta be held accountable. Facts. Exactly. I have a sibling right now that is in a relationship with a narcissist, and she doesn't put her children first. We intervened and he made her cut us off. Well, sounds like sad. Very sad. That's why, honestly, when it comes to people's relationships, I don't say much. I don't really care who you are. Like, I'm not gonna say much. I'll share, something, and I'll see where you at. But I'm not gonna tell anybody what to do in their relationship, because relationships, when you are emotionally locked in with somebody and that person validates you in some emotional way, it's very difficult to cut that validation off. It becomes damn near a lifeline. People don't know how to live without it. So you got to be careful. Right now, everybody feel a way towards a person, but y'all back together. Exactly. And I actually had somebody who I'm no longer in communication with this person, but we used to hang out a lot. And this person used to fight with their partner all the time. We would go out. This person would be with other people, flirting with other people, have other people on the phone, arguing with their partner. And then we would sit up here and be like, you should not be there. The person had their whole family hating the partner. Nobody in the family liked their partner, and nobody in their partner's family liked them, but they stayed together. They probably still together to this day. And imagine if you got emotionally invested in their relationship and they still together. It's just sickening. Thank you, Byron. We only intervene for the children's sake. It's really bad. 3 times previously and we're not. Oh. I'm sorry, godson. That sucks. Yeah, definitely sounds like extreme validation. Extreme, extreme, extreme occurring in that relationship. So, make sure that you and your partner maintain y'all's boundaries. Also, the next thing I told y'all, my grandma said one of the biggest things that you need to do is forgive in your relationship. Forgiveness is going to be key. Now, y'all, I'm not talking about your man is slapping you. Your girl is beating the out of you. We're not talking about that. There are certain things that are unforgivable. Abuse is one of them. So, I'm not saying forgive everything. But remember, marriage is not 50-50 in energy, in anything. Right? Marriage is never 50-50. Marriage is sometimes going to be 100-0. Your partner will be doing everything, and then you'll be doing 0, or it'll be vice versa. It can be like that because you never know what's going to happen in life. And so when you are building that foundation in your partnership, you have to be prepared for, what if this person cannot do anything? How am I still going to manage and maintain, be flexible in this relationship? How can I still survive? How can we as a partnership still survive? So stability requires flexibility, right? Sometimes one person may carry more weight, roles change. Sometimes it's summertime, the kids ain't got to go to school. The other times it's summertime, you got to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get the kids to school. Things change. Nothing will ever be the same. So forgiveness is not weakness. Just because you forgave and you compromise in your relationship, it does not mean that you're a weak individual, but it definitely supports the structure of your relationship. It allowed y'all to build another solid line, right? You forgave, y'all moved on, and y'all grown through whatever occurred in your relationship that made you have to forgive and move on. So if you're not forgiving, that's how emotional cracks build up in your relationship. That's how resentment is built up. And you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody where there's a lot of resentment because one person, couldn't forgive, or the other person couldn't take accountability. But also understand that when it comes to forgiveness, there is a sense of accountability that needs to be taken in that relationship for whoever is being forgiven. We only oh wait, I read that already. So research shows, this is from 2007, that couples who practice forgiveness and gratitude journaling experience higher relational satisfaction and emotional resilience. Hello, Satyasai. Hello. So we want to be as resilient as possible when it comes to being in a relationship. Good morning. So, we want to make sure that we understand emotional labor versus emotional work. It must be give and take, facts. So emotional work is a voluntary, loving effort to nurture partnerships and especially each other's well-being. So that's going to be you being able to listen authentically and empathetically, being empathetic in your relationship. Versus emotional labor is the invisible, expected, and unacknowledged task of managing the relationship's emotional and relational systems. So that is remembering birthdays, remembering to send gift cards, remembering to say congratulations, celebrating each other, scheduling appointments, noticing and initiating difficult conversations. Those are going to be the emotional labors that you need to maintain. And sometimes you do have to forgive when people forget to maintain their emotional labor. You forgot. I don't know about the happy birthday. That's unforgivable. Some things are unforgivable. You forgot to schedule an appointment that we were supposed to do to go to couples therapy. Why did you forget? I don't know. But then I'm going to have to forgive you. And we're going to have to figure it out. And you're going to have to take accountability and not do that shit again. So, y'all have to be honest with each other. Another way that you want to build your foundation in partnerships is by understanding who role is what. Who is good at what. who should be doing what and how often, right? It shouldn't be like a such a solid thing. It should definitely be flexible when it comes to whose role is what for certain things, but put people in the best position that they can be in. Just like somebody said earlier, they managed the finances. Their partner didn't work. It sounded like they gave their partner allowance. That person was able to be in that role and had their partner doing what was best for their relationship. So remember that when it comes to economy, the etymology of it is just the management of the household. When you get in partnerships, you know, it's modern day, people are doing stuff differently. It's a lot of relationships, they don't even live together. I don't know how they do it. But typically in a partnership, y'all live together in the same household. So if you're going to be in a partnership, you have to not just know how to manage y'all's relationship, but manage the environment that y'all live in together, which is your home, your household. So that's why financial transparency is one of the more important things in life, because you have to manage your household. Emotional labor is a radical concept. It's never labor when you love your partner and you're fully invested in the relationship. Oh, I love that you said radical. Very interesting. Radical concept. I mean, yeah. I can see where you come from. I can see where you come from. It's definitely true. That's definitely true. So understand that when you are managing your household, one of the biggest things that you'll need to be able to, again, be on the same page about is finances. Share budgeting, having similar financial goals, having routine money conversation. That's one reason why I love Ramit Sethi, because he discusses conversation like relationship, what am I trying to say? Partnership conversations about money. He promotes it, right? That's one thing he does on his channel. So being able to have some type of conversation within a certain amount of time, maybe weekly, monthly, or even quarterly, right? Having some conversation about what's going on with the finances, however your relationship, whatever is best for y'all together. That's what's going to build trust, and it's going to build awareness and autonomy. Y'all both have autonomy and have the ability to give each other feedback, communicate, right? So financial stress is among the top 3 predictors of divorce. That's why financial planning, especially prior to getting in a partnership, marriage, is going to be one of the most important things to reduce future tensions. So if you want to build a stable foundation for your marriage, one of the first conversations needs to be about money. How much money do you make? How much money do you have? Do you have investments? Do you have insurance, life insurance, retirement? This is for people who you want a serious relationship. This is not for people you just dating. This is when you start getting into a serious relationship and you want more than just dating. You want to be married. You need to talk about finances, because that's going to be one of the biggest indicators as if your relationship lasts. Exactly, Rico. Facts. Facts. So again, you want to make sure that even if the external economy is failing, that does not have a strong indicator on your personal relationship. And this is another topic that we'll be talking about, is housing during economic shifts in their relationship to people getting divorced. Because oftentimes when people like are tight on money, you know, the economy is bad, affecting them negatively. More people in America, they don't get divorced, right, when the economy is bad. But then, hey friend, how you doing? How you doing, Venom? Chef Venom, okay, not your added Chef Venom. I'm doing well, friend. You know, y'all side. So, now mind you, this is the research that I'm still looking into it. I'm still getting it straightened out. So take that, what I say, with a grain of salt. But we don't want you to feel like I cannot separate from this unhealthy marriage because what's going on outside of me, or I have to stay with somebody who is harming me because of what's happening outside of my home, right? You want to be able to build a safe foundation no matter what's happening in your relationship. Our intentions again is not to separate, but we want to make sure that you as an individual feel safe enough to do as you please no matter what is occurring economically outside of your household. We want to make sure that you and your partner can do as y'all please, whatever is the best decision for y'all, no matter what is happening outside of y'all's household. I know, Venom, how you been? Thank you. Like 17, I love that. So again, we really have to be in rhythm. And the way that you get into rhythm is being on the same page. We want to maintain a healthy rhythm in your relationship. Working like crazy has been good work. You've been cooking it up, chefing it up. Has it been good, though? That's what I want to know. So these are a lot of things that we want to make sure we pay attention to when we are focusing on building a stable, consistent, safe, trusting, reliable relationship that we have confidence in, right? Because so many people are afraid to take the risk of being in a partnership, of getting married, because they have not done the work. We are not people who are just taking risk blindly out here. We are taking educated risk. We are doing as much work as possible before we invest all of ourselves into something, okay? 25% food cost, so I'm happy. What's that mean? You only pay 25% of what the food costs and you take it home? That's what that means? So a stable relationship altogether is maintained not through, one person controlling everything. Is maintained through mutual stewardship. Mutual. Now, another thing that I saw that I was interested in is the I and we conversation. Because again, when you are getting into a partnership, we protecting our partnerships. Remember, you're becoming one. You are getting into a union. So oftentimes there's a different conversation between I and we. In a partnership, you want to have more we talk. You want to be like, we are doing this weekend. We are doing this. Not only does the term we signify and communicate that it's a sense of belonging in this partnership, but it creates a union. It's individual, right? It's no longer he and I, right? It's no longer separate. We are together in whatever manner. So when people use we or even us or our, those type of pronouns, it shows higher marital satisfaction. It shows a commitment to the marriage. It shows intimacy, and it also shows effective conflict and resolution. Because again, when you have conflict or resolution, it's no longer we attacking each other. We are attacking the situation. So what do we want for our relationship? What do we want together, right? So make sure you use your we topic, your we words. When you use we, you have a shared identity in your relationship. It reflects a sense of partnership and being on the same team. You don't ever want to get to a point in your relationship where y'all feel like y'all are not on the same team. You're forever until death do you part on the same team. So you also, you want to kind of refrain as much as possible from I and you wordings in your relationship. I, me, yours, mine. This is mine. That's yours. I mean, maybe if it's to the food, for the food in the refrigerator, that's my food. Don't touch my leftovers, maybe. But for the bigger things that is like the foundation for your relationship, this is our house, when you use I and me, when you use I and you, it separates you as a couple. And oftentimes, the couples who do use I and you more often show lower marital satisfaction, more negative emotional behavior, and greater psychological stress during conflict. So using we, especially during conflict, will decrease the stress in the conflict. It separates you as a relationship. It creates a sense of individualism in a relationship, and it indicates a focus on individual concerns, and not more on what is best for your partnership. So I found that very, very interesting. The we talk. It's healthy to use we talk. I'm seeing even stuff of it's supporting health outcomes when it talks about we. So that is what I have for today's conversation when it comes to building a very healthy, strong foundation for your partnership. What is coming up for you guys? What do you want for your partnership? How are you guys growing? Yeah, okay. It means 25% of my revenue went to food industry. Standard is around 30. Oh, I don't know what this means, chef. 25% of revenue went to food industry. Standard is around 30%. It's been pretty good, 25%. So you mean like your paycheck, like the money that you bring home, only 25% of that money went to the food? Interesting. So we need to go get some food. You funny. Being selfish is a problem. Exactly, GR. Being selfish is a problem. And that's why becoming one is so important in partnership. Because there is no selfishness when you guys are one individual. I mean, it is selfishness. Because you've seen them people with the heads. You've seen them sisters with the two heads in this one body. It's definitely an ability to be selfish and destroy the body of the union, right? Or to take advantage of the body of the union. It's definitely possible. So, breathe together. That's all I can say. So, if I make 125K went to food. Ooh. You were spending some money. You were spending some money. I love that. I want to spend 25K on some food. Let's go. Jeez Louises. I feel like let me do my math real quick. Let me see. Hold up. Oh, I don't ever get to 25. I don't ever get to 25%, baby. Mine say at least 15% go to food. 15% of my paycheck go to food. Not more than 25. Emotional labor makes more sense in a professional setting, like giving a crap about what difficult customers are complaining about when you're burnt out. Yeah. Okay. I like it. Emotional labor. I don't know. I'm not in a relationship, so I don't know what emotional labor would look like at that moment. But I do feel like there is a such. I'm just thinking about it now. I like where you're going, but I do feel like there is a such thing as emotional labor, right? Because I was just telling y'all a few lives ago about doing things that I did not enjoy doing. Like I went to a football game to support my little brother. I'm not a football person. I don't care about football. I don't even care about anything over there. I never really did. But I went there and I sat there and enjoyed myself to support someone who I loved. I think that is definitely an idea of emotional labor. I take time out because I love this person so much. I take time out to remember important things that's going on in their day, in their life. Another example of emotional labor, my best friend, I was just over her house the other day. And we had like a little fall little party together. And I remember that she don't eat ice cream. I love ice cream. So I was like, I didn't want to call her because I wanted to surprise her with the stuff that I was bringing. So I was like, what do I need to get that we both be on the same page, right? Then when I get to her house, she was like, I was trying to figure out what to get. She said, I have a list of foods that you like in my phone, but it's old. Because everything she started naming, I'm like, girl, that's not, girl, if you would have bought that, I would have been a little bit like, girl, why'd you get this? But she has a list of some of the things that I enjoy in my phone. And even I myself, if I see things, I have a list of things that I can do with my best friend. You know, things that she likes to do. I try to probably, because we're never on the same page. So like, she likes football. So if I see that her team is playing, I don't care about football. I'll take time out and be like, go Eagles. You know, I'll just text her one day if I know, right? So those are examples to me of emotional labor, right? There's going to be things that you just don't give a fuck about. You know, that's how I feel. It's just things that I don't care about. But I'm going to start finding ways to care about it because I care about this individual. And I want us to be emotionally connected. You know? So, but y'all, that is all that I have for today. We talked about building a foundation of trust and stability in your relationship. Go sports ball. Exactly. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I think you're being a funny person, Chef Benham. I don't know what sports ball is. Too much emotional labor is bad, but you should expect some in a relationship. What is your idea of too much though? Because when does it get to that point? Because I feel like for me, it gets to that point if the other person is not doing the same. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I'm blessed. Let me see. What's the next topic? I don't really know. We'll be back on what? Friday? Y'all okay with this schedule? The schedule right now is Sunday, Monday, Friday. Are y'all cool with that schedule? Oh, that's what people say when they don't know anything about sports? No, for sure. I ran track in high school, and I barely know much about track, honestly. Thank you, Rodrigo. You gotta work Friday? Oh, Lord. Well, hey, Will. Hey again, friend. Hey again. So, I'm thinking, I don't know what will be the next conversation. We talked about this. I really like this conversation today. I'll be more consistent on Monday and Sunday. Monday and Sunday? Okay, so Mondays and Sunday. I'm off early Mondays. Okay. Early Mondays. Is it late? This is late to you? Okay. Is this late or is this early? Happy Halloween on Friday. Oh, yeah, Halloween is on Friday. So I'll probably go live a little earlier on Friday. You work overnight on Friday, so you sleep until 9. Okay. You were talking about constant or like, oh, okay, like labor. Okay, so not going over the 5. Is that what you mean, GR? Not going over the 5, just maintaining that 5-to-1 ratio. So this is perfect. Okay, so Mondays is perfect. Okay. Where's the cat? Oh, I'm glad that you asked. He literally just came right here. Come here. He literally just came right here. Hey, son, say hi to your yunkles and yanties. You see your yunkles and yanties, baby? Yeah, I don't really do much on Halloween, but I do want to do something. I don't know. I got to figure it out. So Mondays. Okay, so this is good schedule. So we talked about building a foundation of trust and stability. Maybe we can talk about communication and conflict resolution next time. I think that's a good topic. That's a good topic. We'll talk more about that and what that looks like in a relationship, y'all. But for now, you want to say bye to your yunkles and yanties? I think it's just your yunkles on here. Say bye to your yunkles, baby. Let's talk about exes. What you want to talk about exes about? Oh, Lord. What we got to talk about these exes? What you want to say? You know, I'm his mom. I'm his mother. We only know each other in this lifetime. Nothing else, nothing more. Y'all know I've been having my son, what, at least 8 years, y'all. It's been a long time. 8 years is probably crazy. It's got to be like 7, 6, one of them, 6 to 8 years. They be popping up at the wrong time. Who popping up? Y'all, you're funny. What you mean? Why is it the wrong time though? What makes it the wrong time that they popping up? Did I adopt? No, like my mom had found somebody, I guess she was advertising on Facebook and she was giving away free cats. So I just went over there and got a cat from her. Because I'm with somebody. So why is it the wrong time? It's the right time because all you got to do is be like, I don't want to talk to you. Hey, friend. How you been? I ain't seen you in a minute. Because your name is different. Hatasha Mahed. Your name is different. It's the ad name. I ain't seen you in a minute, friend. How you been? But Venom, it's always the right time. Because the right time that you popped up is the right time for me to say, don't ever text me again. I'm in a relationship. Goodbye. Blocked. Delete. You will never see that person again. So. Interrupting his flow. That's what it is. It popped up because it made you start thinking about the past. What is it? I'm confused. Why are you going back and forth with trolls? Who's a troll? Who's a troll? I don't see no trolls in the conversation. Love, but not the but what if I still have love, but not that type of love? I mean, it's a lot of people you're gonna always love, but if y'all not supposed to be together, you gotta cut them off. You gotta cut them off. Me before you. Why do I argue with trolls in general? I don't know. Maybe because I'm kind of a troll myself. Also, I'm getting used to being on YouTube. I'm getting used to being on social media as well. It's definitely something that I'm growing into. So that's why I argue with trolls. You know, if you feel like I argue with trolls, I can only grow. I can only grow. So, but yeah, I mean, sometimes I don't know. I don't ever have those issues. Most of the time, if somebody texts me and I'm with a new person, they're immediately blocked. Like, I never really had those issues. Like, I don't even think of, like, I'm with a new person. My new person is better than you. That's in my mind. I'm with a person. I'm never downgrading. As soon as I'm with a new person, I actually forget about every other relationship that I've ever been in. Yep, that's exactly how it works. The troller. So, you're going to have to do some work, friend, if you're still thinking about your ex. Friend, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, friend. How you been? I haven't seen you in so long. Hey, Emmy Lou. Troll those trolls. And I'm actually trying to practice as well, becoming like having better responses to trolls and like saying certain stuff. And I'm really trying to work on my intuition and like intuiting who they are and what be going on, so that I can really have certain responses. Like, they broke their leg and I'm like intuitively feeling that they broke their leg, and I'm like, and that's why you ain't got no legs. That's why you broke your leg. That's the type of petty I'm trying to be on. So, welcome back, Cornbread. Hey, friend. That's just me, though. They feed off interactions. They do. But I do, too. I'm a former troll. God. You're hilarious. That's why you wondering. You like, I know what's going on. Why is she even doing this? Yeah, y'all. It's nothing that I feel like, is too crazy for me. I stream for 2 years, let them trolls troll, get tired, then move on. Why you not streaming no more, Emmy? Yeah, let them troll. I feel like trolls also build up, like, engagement. When you respond to them, it builds up engagement. You love your cousin very much now. Who your cousin? Friend, what you talking about? Social media like that. I feel you, Emmy. I like social media, though. What? Where did that come from? I feel you. I feel like for me though, I really fuck with my community on YouTube. Like, I be posting my videos on other channels and people comment, but like, I actually have a real community here. And I think that with me having a real community here, like all the other BS, it really don't matter. Like, I feel responsible to come on here more often. You know, I don't feel like doing this all the time. This is emotional labor sometimes. I don't be feeling like doing this, but I remember I actually have people who enjoy watching these videos. And I know, as someone who watches videos of other people who I really like listening to them, and then they don't be consistent, that should be pissing me off. I be like, I want to listen to this exact person. I want to talk to this exact person, and then they're not even coming on live when they say they're gonna come on live. Now you're being consistent. You know, so I just be trying to be cool with y'all. I be trying to be consistent and build safety and security, a good emotional foundation in this piece. Oh, thank you, Venom. I appreciate you. Enrico, you know, all the time, every day. It does build up engagement, but you have to protect your energy. You can't allow trolls to affect the environment. Yeah, you know. I gotta protect my people. Godson, you know, next time if you gotta be the person, because you always the person who you be putting me on, be like, girl, stop. If you feel like it's going too far, just let me know. And I'll take it just a couple of more steps and then I'll stop. Okay? You let me know. Max found me on stream, then tried to ruin my life. So you make friends here for sure, facts. Girl, not your ex being petty, bitch. Now he's being petty. Girl. I could only imagine. Sometimes I be thinking about that. Like, what if old people find my life? Like, people who I used to be friends with. Old relationships. I'm like, you be petty, I'm be more petty. Stream works in the beginning. Hey, I'm a Vidani Dejani. Hey, friend. Yeah. Y'all, don't let y'all's exes get y'all down, y'all. That's why y'all not together, because y'all wasn't able to have a protected partnership. So therefore, if it was not protected when y'all was together, y'all had to leave. Beat them up. That's all I can say. Just beat them up. No, I'm for real just joking, y'all. I'm just joking, y'all. Just joking. Don't fight. We stream with money, aka diamonds, and people didn't play about that money either. What you mean stream with money and diamonds? What? Money and diamonds? Girl, what? Y'all have money? Like y'all was doing money spreads? Oh, it's an app called Meet Me. Oh. I don't know nothing about that, friend. My ex's family still love me. I don't talk to her, but whenever I see her people out in public, they show me nothing but love. Oh, that's cute. Okay, they still fuck with you, period. You support other content creators with gifts. You gonna have to check it out. It's kind of deep. Let me look it up right now. Meet Me. It's so many ways that you can stream nowadays. It's too much. I used to be on Omegle when I was younger. Meet Me looked like a dating app. Let me see. Stream app. I'm gonna need you. Oh, okay. But you can make bread, but you can get caught up in gambling. Oh, it's in the outside. It's in the outside. So Meet Me is a dating app and a streaming app. Girl, this is too much. That's too much already for me. Make money or hang out. A dating app and a streaming app. Then your ex came on the dating app, streaming app, being petty. That's crazy. Girl, you just definitely gave me the go-to not go on there. I don't even do dating apps. He found you, girl. Girl, what? Girl, what? Now he found you. Girl, now he was stalking you. It can be entertaining to watch. Better than TikTok? You telling me it's better than TikTok? Y'all think we can get to 20 likes before we get off live tonight? What y'all think? 20 likes or no? Girl, what is this topic? Hey, Mr. Turtle. The topic is over, but we were talking about building strong partnerships, protecting your partnerships and unions, protecting your relationship from the outside. And Instagram Live is just like TikTok and Instagram Live. Number 20, thank you, godson. Thank y'all. I appreciate my people. Thank y'all. I appreciate you guys. Y'all. So I will see you guys Friday. Girl, don't be getting on Meet Me no more. First of all, I don't like TikTok. I don't like what YouTube just did. Because I'm going to YouTube to look, and the picture is me drinking water. Let's not be petty. Like, that's just too petty. I don't like that. So it was good seeing y'all too. I appreciate everybody who came on live today. I will see you guys. I will see you guys at the end of the week, Friday. I may come on a little early. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know if y'all celebrate Halloween. I don't know, but may come on a little early. Godson, they better not be calling me thirsty. I am. I do need some more water all the time. Anywho, I will see y'all later. Goodbye. Talk to y'all later.